Holy shit, we're back.
Holy shit, we're back.
Back to the shack.
How you doing, Gary?
I'm fine.
How you doing, Jeeves? Pretty good. Good.
Sweet.
Well, we are here to give you an update on our lives. It's been a while since we did any sort of podcast talking. So a lot of stuff going on recently. Started doing some cover gigs, some bar gigs.
They suck.
It's a blast.
They're kind of fun in certain ways.
Yeah.
It's like a good excuse to test out a bunch of material.
Yeah, definitely.
Fuck around with stuff.
Definitely is.
I feel way less afraid to like do crazy syncopation and like crazy drum stuff at bars than I do at like headline venues or like when we're opening up for like a headliner.
Yeah, I know. I'm being sarcastic and shitty, but yeah, it actually is not so bad. It's a really good opportunity to test all that stuff out that you probably shouldn't test out when you're trying to be, putting on a really, really good show.
Yeah.
So.
And it's so much insight into how fucking sleazy bar owners can be.
Mm-hmm.
Luckily, we haven't had too much problem with it, but yeah, it's the amount of work that goes into a bar show and the amount that they expect you to be paid for such services is, they do not go together. It's totally
Yeah, no,
whack.
it's pretty amazing. I think a lot of the cash to be made there is by doing the extra legwork and really pushing your merch or pushing the tips. There's a thing that we started seeing people do. I think it was, where was it? The brewery.
Fig Leaf?
No, it wasn't Fig Leaf. It was
Fretboard.
It was Fretboard. Yeah, at Fretboard Brewery, they did this thing where they just put out these sheets on everybody's table that had our Venmo for tips, and I think that's a really, really great idea.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, that was genius. And now we have some little sheets dedicated for that too that we can put out at bars and stuff. So yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Definitely pretty cool. And they did it, and that was particularly cool because they did it without us asking.
Right, yeah.
That was super neat. Like, they just did it. We just showed up, and there were little Venmo tip cards on the tables, and we ended up getting like $100 from total strangers. It was pretty sweet.
Yeah, that was like all-star treatment.
It was really generous.
Yeah.
Yeah, like the people were really, really generous at the bar that night.
Yeah, definitely not to be expected from everyone, but for all you other folks out there doing the same thing, it's a really good move. Trying that out.
Mm-hmm. Other musicians, you mean?
Yeah,
bands
other
and shit?
musicians.
Yeah.
A lot of people don't really think necessarily to come up to the guitar case and throw cash in there, but if they hear a song that they really like and they're grooving from their own table and they see that thing, it's like, oh yeah, I have Venmo.
Yeah, right.
Mm-hmm. Nice and easy.
And I know sometimes when I go out, I'm not always interested in listening to the cover band play all night. You know what I mean? Like, I'm not. Sometimes, even though I do that shit, it's still like I find myself sometimes going to bars and not wanting to pay them that much attention. And so it would be nice that I can show the band that I appreciate what you're doing here, and I hope you continue to do this if that's what you want to do, but not be forced to spend all my time that night watching them.
Yeah, and I mean, if you've seen a lot of cover bands, then it's not anything new or crazy.
Yeah, right.
But I mean, if I go out and I see a cover band playing at a bar and they're doing something really neat with the show and it's captivating, then I might sit there and watch them the whole night.
Sure, like Naked Karate Girls. They're
Oh,
entertaining as fuck,
Yeah.
Like,
Well, I mean, there are definitely those top tier cover bands that really have their shit together, and they actually make a pretty decent living just doing that.
yeah. Oh shit, there was some band. Oh yeah, there's a band that came to Bogarts a lot pre-pandemic called Saved by the 90s, and they were pretty fun.
Yeah.
Yeah, they played like Saved by the Bell music and like just 90s pop and rock and some Blink 182 and some stuff like that.
Nirvana.
No.
No?
No, they didn't play grunge. They played like pop and dance music and shit like that. And
That'd be really cool though if they just slipped in a really heavy, dark, depressing fucking heroin song.
Lord knows there's a surplus in the 90s. That's for damn sure.
Yeah. No music from Seattle allowed. Apparently.
All Seattle music's banned. Well, yeah, bar gigs aside, we've done quite a bit to the studio, haven't we?
Yes, we have.
Yeah. Moved a lot of stuff. Started like pinning tapestries to the ceiling. I don't know if that picks up on the camera, but it looks super dope.
Yeah,
it's very
getting
cavey.
there. We've got probably 3 more tapestries to go, and this will be pretty complete.
Yeah.
Maybe 4.
Yeah. We've had some time to acquire some more microphones too, so we're really in a position now to record ourselves
Certainly.
and yeah, pretty much for the rest of the time. You know, from here on out, it's like I need a couple more things, and then we're just buying specialty mics that have certain sounds that we like and.
What are the remaining mics that you need for just being able to do all that stuff without the extra flavor if you want it?
I need a nice vocal mic, and I need like a nice dedicated room mic.
Gotcha.
Those are the two things that I don't have, or I have mics that could function that way, but while recording drums specifically, they're being used. Like the Neumann mics would be great. The 84s would be great for a room, but they're just too great of overhead mics to take off.
Gotcha.
So yeah, but it's not that much. It's a very small amount of equipment that's needed.
2 mics? So that's doable?
Well, 3 technically.
Oh.
It's good to have a pair of room mics.
Oh, yeah, right.
But those aren't that expensive. The vocal mics are that's always where shit gets expensive. The super nice vocal mics are the fucking $2,000 plus.
Yeah, because everybody needs those.
Microphones. Yeah.
No matter what kind of music you're making, you need a nice vocal mic.
We have a cat now. That's
Yes.
pretty sweet.
Yeah, we do have a cat now.
That's pretty fun. I like having the cat around.
When did Julie and the cat move in? August?
It was last week of July.
It was last week of July.
Yeah.
So wow.
Yeah.
Okay.
So many of you know, and I'm sure there's people that watch podcasts that haven't met us personally before. But my girlfriend moved in to our studio house and brought with her a cat. That's fucking adorable and super nice.
His name is Mr. Pickles.
Mm-hmm.
Mr. Pickles.
Matt's best friend. Fucking great show. Oh my god. I mean, it's not a very good show. Like
No, it's a terrible show.
It's really
but
like
also it's really great.
It's pretty unidimensional.
It's
but
great like Roadhouse is great.
Yeah. It's that easily digestible garbage at the end of the night or beginning of the day or whatever. Like, yeah.
Potato chips,
Yes, potato chip TV.
as Zach always says that. Zach Meyer. Potato chip TV.
Oh,
Ba-ba-bum.
so we just had a song come out.
Yes, we
Was
did.
it last Tuesday? Yeah, less than a week ago, 6 days ago.
I thought it was Wednesday. Hardly matters.
It was
Carolinaville's out.
Wednesday.
Yeah.
It's called Carolinaville.
Yes, it is out, and the new lyric video is out, pieced together by Mr. Jeeves. Looks fantastic. Really excited about it.
Yeah, it's everywhere. You can find that song Spotify everywhere. And the video is out exclusively on YouTube for right now. I'll probably get around to posting it on Instagram one of these days. I'll let it ride out for a little while longer and then see what we can do. But that song was a lot of fun to record. Something interesting about this song, which obviously you already know because you were here for the whole thing, but for those people, we recorded this song totally in-house. This was the first professional release that we had that was not done in another person's studio.
Yeah, no, that's wow. Yeah. Yeah, I guess so. Yeah, it's the first one available to the public that we did here.
Yeah.
Besides the Father's Day special Cats in the Cradle.
True, yeah, but we never released that on a platform.
Yeah, that's
so
not.
just put it on YouTube.
That was just a one-off. But
call it
yeah,
a day.
I guess this is the first streamable piece of content
Yeah,
that we did here.
it's pretty sweet, right?
Yeah, it's really cool.
Yeah, it's so neat because it was all born out of just a need, right? Like the pandemic was going on. It was like totally in full swing. So anyone that was in school was not actually at school, and I was finishing on my degree, so I needed to get a project done. And what better thing to do than record an album? You know what I mean? For the band that we're in, and the studio was like on its way up to being complete, and all these pieces were lining up in such a nice way. That was really cool how the whole process went along.
Yeah, super cool. It's cool to be able to walk downstairs and like eat breakfast and then walk in here and start making music.
Yeah, right.
Not have to brush my hair, brush my teeth, or anything.
No driving.
You should brush your teeth, but I'm just saying you could.
Yeah.
Not.
You could not.
You have that option.
Yeah. Free society. You can let your teeth rot out of your head for all we care. But that song was a lot of fun. It was really interesting trying to get guitar tones in a room that has no acoustic treatment and still having it work out somehow.
Yeah.
Which
And
is
that was
really neat.
that was pretty early in the guitar tone quest.
Yeah, yeah. That
I,
that song is actually how we found out that your speaker is different.
oh, is that how that happened?
It was that
Are
song,
you sure?
yeah, because what we did the one song before, we did Scruffy Puppy before that, and
Did I have the magnetone yet?
oh yes,
I
yes,
did?
that was the first song with the magnetone,
Gotcha.
and it was also the one that Zach let me borrow his 421 for.
Gotcha.
So we had new mic that sounded really good, and the new amp that sounded
That's
fucking
right.
badass.
Yeah, we did the
And so we did that thing where we walked around the amp and like placed different mics down, and like we double mic'd it for the sake of testing 2 different mic tones and 2 different speaker tones. And yeah, we found out that your left speaker just doesn't produce any high frequencies whatsoever,
Trippy.
which was a interesting find. Like
There's a
I'm glad we
wire
figured
loose
it
in
out.
there. Yeah, I know.
Yeah.
I can't wait. I'm gonna go get that beauty fixed on Wednesday.
Mm-hmm.
So excited.
But it worked out, I think.
Yeah, no, I mean it was fine. I'm not. That's not like my all-time favorite guitar tone on that song, but it works. It still sounds good.
Mm-hmm.
Finally nailed it on the most recent song.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Yes, yeah.
We'll keep the name hidden for now.
Yeah, that was sort of silly though.
What was silly?
Just we had already called the album Raps. We're like,
Yeah, yeah.
no more songs. This is good. Then we started recording this one maybe a month ago, and it came together really quickly with the new toys that you got.
Yeah.
And it sounds great, and it is going to go on the album, but we'll keep the name hidden for now, for ominous, whatever.
Cool album release mystery.
Yeah.
Ooh.
Yeah.
Yeah, that was intimidating, actually. Trying to get all that, because when you're doing a college project, it's such a strict deadline. Like now that I'm out of school, the last song we did, it was kind of awesome that we finally didn't have a deadline.
Well, isn't it goofy that without the deadline, we got it finished quicker than any of the other songs?
Mm-hmm. I think. Well, I mean, 2 points of credit, right? Like the new mics help because you don't have to process them as much when they're great mics. And the other thing being, I had a lot of experience between mixing Carolinaville and mixing that song.
Yeah, no doubt. But even still, I think it's ironic.
Yeah, yeah, it's funny. It's funny little.
I'm excited to get started on the next album.
Isn't that fucked up? We haven't
Yeah.
even finished releasing the next one, but it seems like we're all kind of excited to
It's like, yeah, let's go on to the
try it
next
out.
one. Let's
Yeah,
keep going.
Yeah.
I think that's just the way that you have to keep doing it when you're doing it all from your house. When
Yeah.
you're not signed to a label, when you can just go retreat and do your album or whatever. It's kind of just like any time that we have, we do it. Did the camera die?
Did the camera die?
So now we know it is literally like 16 minutes for the battery.
Okay. Do you have another one? Because the audio is still rolling, so we're not technically offline.
Nani.
I'm just gonna mark that real quick. Clap again so we know. A few seconds before that, the camera went out.
Okay. So none of this is on air?
I guess it can be or not.
I don't know. I was just going to say some really fucked up shit.
Yeah, like what?
I don't know. I hadn't decided yet.
Oh shit.
Pussy.
Pussy.
We could probably make some cuts anyway. We kind of trailed off a few times.
It's fine.
Yeah.
It's not the worst end of the world to have a lull.
Yeah, you're right. Whatever.
Yeah, after I don't know, we got like 3 or 4 minutes in, it dawned on me. I was like, yeah, we should just like not care and just talk. Yeah.
Do it like we used to do.
Yeah. The more you think about stuff, I swear, at least with us, like
No, that is
the
totally real.
more fucked up and not cool it becomes.
That's the way my guitar playing goes too.
Yeah, like the more we think about stuff, the more it's just like not interesting, where it's not. We don't capture those like moments where and you're like watching yourself do something that you did once. Like you're watching the first run through of a video that you were just there 2 days ago doing the action, but you don't know how you look while you're doing all this stuff, and then you watch, you're like, oh shit, that was cool, and that was cool, and that was cool.
That
And
was stupid.
Yeah, right. And you don't get that when you're constantly thinking about your decisions.
Yeah.
We are back. So it turns out our camera battery lasts for 16 minutes solid.
Exactly 16 minutes.
Yeah.
I don't know. Was it exactly 16 minutes? 17?
16 and some change. Yeah.
We'll call
Fucking Nikons, man.
630? 1640? Meet you in the middle.
Okay, buddy. Don't
16,
Nikons have like
37.
oh my god. 42 and a half. Fuck.
All right, English or European swallow? African or European swallow? That's it. African or European swallow? What do you think? Faster.
African. Fuck Kill Mary.
It
Yeah.
could grip it by the husk.
Fuck Kill Mary, Trump, Harvey Weinstein, and Bill Cosby.
Good answers. So I
They're
heard
all like equally killable, right?
Yeah,
and they're all
no.
equally marriable. Well, no, actually, I don't think they're all equally marriable.
No?
I think I'd probably marry Trump because he's the only one that doesn't have a conviction of date rape on his record. I mean, he's like insinuated heavily
Well, I mean,
that it's happened
Yeah.
on various broadcasts and such, but he doesn't have a felony indicating.
How would you kill him if you were married to him? Would you kill him?
Probably eventually.
Rat
No,
poison?
I don't know. Is he this age or is he like 24?
I don't know.
If he's this age, I just let him die. Take his money.
Yeah, his wife is playing the long con.
Yeah.
It's a good move.
Not bad.
No legal
What's her
trouble
name?
there.
Milana? No, that's his daughter.
Hardly matters.
No, okay.
Uh,
Melanie? No, it's not Melanie. Fuck, Ivanka? No, it is Milana, isn't it?
no, but what if you were married to like a really terrible person and you realized it? Or well, you probably realized it going into it, but they were filthy rich.
Yeah.
It's like, do you wait that long for them to die and just stick it out? Or do you figure it out?
I don't know, right? The philosopher in me says fuck no, because then you just waste your whole life for money.
Yeah, that's pretty terrible.
You waste your whole life like with this terrible
imagine
person
that
for money.
Neither of us would find ourselves in that situation.
Probably not.
But hypothetically,
Yeah.
you know.
But maybe there's a way to get out, you know what I mean, before get the money, take the money and run. As the wise spoken from the wise man, Steve Miller.
He's actually an asshole, I heard.
Is he?
Yeah.
Oof.
I'd probably kill him and take the money and run if I was married to Steve Miller. But how still?
What is it? Fuck, kill, marry? I think I'd probably kill Harvey Weinstein and then fuck Bill Cosby so he knows what it feels like.
Oh.
Probably roofie him first, dose him a little bit. You know what I mean? When he wakes up, have him like chained down by all fours.
And just leave him there?
Yeah, basically.
Forever?
Yeah. He'll just be my sex doll from here on out.
Oh, okay. I don't know. You could like go out to the desert and like chain him to a rock out in the desert and just drive away.
But I'm not allowed to kill him
Yeah, no, you wouldn't be killing him.
because I have to fuck him.
You'd be leaving him there.
Oh, okay, right. The desert would kill him, not me.
Yes, exactly.
Yeah. It's not my fault, officer. I don't know how he got
It's a
chained up.
loophole. I don't know. There's no probable cause here.
Yeah. Hey, here's something that's been on my mind kind of recently.
Okay.
So I wonder, like, right? I almost feel like comedians have a certain sort of like barrier or protective shield around themselves because of the fact that they're comedians and they make money. They make a living by talking shit and like doing sometimes inflammatory things, depending on what their style of comedy's like. And I just wonder, like, how much that translates to musicians. Like, could musicians say the same things as them and get away with it equally? Like, I don't know.
Oh, you mean in terms of
Not
how...
that there's anything to, like, get away with, right? It's not that they, like, necessarily say anything wrong. It's just that, like, do you think people have a more scrutinous eye to non-comedian podcasters and folks than...
So, like, I don't know. Let's say Justin Bieber went out there on stage and started dropping, like, Bill Hicks lines. Probably wouldn't work.
It depends,
Even
right?
if-
Like,
but-
I
but-
can't imagine he would just go out there cold and do that.
Well, maybe he slips it in like, a podcast or something.
Oh, sure.
And, like, nobody knew who Bill Hicks was, and he just started saying that stuff.
Yeah.
I don't think it would work. But maybe that's because of his own history.
But what do you mean it wouldn't work?
I think all of his fans would be like, what the fuck?
Oh, sure, yeah.
That's horrible. Why would you say that? But then Bill
Maybe.
Hicks says it, and everybody's like, oh my God, he's so right, and that's hilarious.
Yeah. Yeah, because he sort of established himself as this is the kind of art I make, and
Yeah.
Justin Bieber has established sort of established himself as this is the kind of art I make, but he's kind of had quite a change throughout his life. He's definitely not making songs like Baby anymore.
Yeah, that's true.
So,
he's just an example,
Yeah.
but I feel like you would have to start out early in your career being that way
yeah, perhaps.
and ascend to a level having that reputation, I guess.
But what does it matter, right?
No, it shouldn't matter.
It's it's like if you had the propensity to do it at all, you had it at some point before then, right?
Yeah.
Like, I don't imagine, people that go out and say potentially inflammatory things are like, they just decided that day, you know what I mean? Like, I'm just going to do this now. I mean, I'm sure some guy, but yeah, for the most part, I feel like you probably been thinking it for a long time and saying it in private for a long time, and then
Sure.
you just decide eventually to start.
Or, I mean, do comedians get signed to the equivalent of a record label?
No, I don't think so.
They don't?
They get, no, I don't know. There's no, like, conglomerate for comedians.
Well, that's...
They just get managers and agents and that kind of stuff.
Right, if you start going out and saying, like, really funny but fucked up stuff as a musician and you're signed to a big label, that could mess with your contract, maybe?
Probably, sure.
Yeah.
It depends, right?
Like, you could get dropped from the label if a bunch of people start hating you, but a smaller amount of people start loving you.
Sure.
It's probably not good for dollars.
Yeah. Yeah, well, when you're signed to a company like that, you make a decision that, like, you're gonna change, you're gonna alter your behavior in some way based on the expectations of the position you're trying to fill, which is the artist under a record label. Yeah, I don't know, which is why don't join a label if you don't have to.
Yeah.
Then you never run into that problem.
Yeah, when you're independent, you can really do whatever you want, and if people don't like you, then they just, don't listen to you.
Yeah.
And then a lot of other people just, get really butthurt about it, but...
Well, that's the beauty of the internet, right? It's like,
Yeah.
it doesn't matter.
It is kind of beautiful in a certain way.
Mm-hmm. Oh, sure, in many ways.
Hey, did you hear today's Columbus Day?
Yeah. I saw that in the news.
Enough said.
Yep.
But yeah, you get the point.
We-
Just anything. People will just freak out about it.
Yeah, sure. There's always someone mad, and now there's like a voice for every group. And so there's always like someone that has like a somewhat relatively known position in social media and makes their voice known.
Yeah, I think there's a lot of people out there who actually just don't care, but those aren't the people who you're reading on the internet.
Yeah.
So it's easy to just automatically assume.
Yeah,
that
right,
That's
'cause
how
they don't care.
most people feel, but
Yeah.
it's only the people who are pitching into it that
Right.
are.
They're not
you're
writing on the
seeing.
comments, I don't care. They just don't care, so they don't look
Right,
at it, or
right.
they just scroll to the next thing and
Boop boop boop.
yeah. Oh fuck.
I wish
Damn,
Bill
I
Hicks
just
was
lost
still
my train of
alive.
thought.
No, I'm still just thinking about Bill Hicks, and I just wish Bill Hicks was still alive.
That would be great.
Yeah, Norm Macdonald.
Yeah. Oh shit.
Yeah.
Here.
Yeah. Cheers.
Cheers to that one.
What were the other things that we wanted to talk about on here again? We were just giving an update. The cat moved in. That's pretty great. Julie moved in. It's also
cool.
great.
Yeah.
Recorded Carolinaville here. It was cool. The
Yep.
studio looks cool. We got new toys.
Mm-hmm.
Oh,
We've really good.
we've been talking. We're gonna start having on local musicians on the podcast.
Yes.
I'm really, really excited about that. Start meeting all the people who are doing the same thing in the same area as us.
Yeah, I
getting
really-
to know them, and
Yeah.
good source of content for all of us. It's
I
good.
like that idea. Yeah. I think this is a good expression for us. I think we do well in a long form spoken word kind of thing. Like I think we sort of excel, like us, Toronto, Illinois, I mean. We sort of excel at this. And I think a lot of, especially like rock bands, like people that aren't rappers or pop people nowadays, I think they also feel a similar way. They excel at the sort of like long form. You need to hear their ideas and hear like who they are as people.
Yeah, they're not the
of view.
we're not like the gods. Like
Yeah.
rock and rollers were the gods back in the 70s and 80s.
They acted like rappers, right? Like there's all this
Right,
mystique and
yeah.
it's like fame and bitches and
It's
drugs.
like the difference
and,
between the quote unquote untouchable status.
Yeah,
and then
right,
just,
right.
we're doing something that's not totally mainstream, so it's cooler to just be real down to earth, I think.
Yeah,
A lot of
I
people
think the
gravitate towards
genres that
that.
aren't super mainstream right now, sort of all of the individuals sort of excel at that. At least that's what I've noticed. When we go to shows, I find myself super deep in conversation with tons of various people, and it's usually like bluegrass artists or other rock and roll people, and it's like,
Oh,
oh
wow.
shit, like
Bluegrass.
how do you do this, right? Like how do you get this out? And I think how do you express this part of you through the band medium that isn't on stage, you know, because it's not practical to do a long form thing on stage, really, at least not while you're starting out. There's only so many like long gigs, you know what I mean, or places where you have room to do like a big speech or you know, or some kind of
You gotta wait till you get a room full of people that actually give a fuck.
Yeah, right. But I think it seems to work for the people that are in rock and the bluegrass and the country and the not so mainstream genres of music,
Hmm.
which is neat. And I think the other rockers around here sort of recognize that too, because we've talked to a lot of them and they're all like great people to talk to, but that aspect of them doesn't come out on stage. Like you would never know that they were like this until you got with them off stage and talked for a half hour.
I see. Yeah.
And that's just so cool. Like there's so many awesome people out there that one make great music, and then when you find out who they are, why they're doing this, like why they write the kinds of songs that they do, it's like it adds to the live experience. When you go see them again, you're like, oh shit, right, like, oh yeah, that one part it was like a happy accident, and now it's forever in the song, or it's like yeah, like I see the way your personality comes out on stage.
It becomes more personal.
Yeah, that I didn't recognize before we had that long talk.
And that's really nice.
Super cool. So yeah, I think I would love to get the boys from Tasteful in here eventually.
Did
you say-
wait, we're having Saving Escape Sunday?
Yeah, this
Right.
Sunday, Saving Escape is coming on the podcast.
Yeah.
It's gonna be awesome.
Oh my god, you know what we should start doing?
Hmm.
We should just become Twitch famous.
Twitch famous?
Yeah, let's just start streaming this.
Sure. When you get a RSS feed and some other stuff.
Then there's
RF feed,
no
something like that.
takesies backsies. You know?
Yeah.
Everything is just it's live. We should do it like that.
Live's fun.
Yeah, that'd
Yeah.
be fun. And then we start streaming the D&D.
Yes.
It's gonna happen.
Eventually.
Critical Role
We'll get there.
2.0.
Yeah. Yes. Yeah, I would like to get some other folks from around town too, like other various musicians. I'd like to get them on and sort of talk shop and
There's so many.
see their recording process and see their music writing process and that kind of stuff. Like Christian, I'd love to get him on here and talk.
Oh, I'm sure he'd come on.
Yes, yeah, I should ask him. Yeah, it's just like I think there's a lot of good to be done, and then we can establish ourselves in the community in a way. That's something that I've been wanting to do for a while. Cause that's how stuff starts, right? Like you establish yourself in your local community, and you make significant change there. Whether it's just like providing a great concert experience for a group of people, or it's whatever. It doesn't have to be a massive undertaking, right? You don't have to fucking fix all the roads to do something for your community.
Yeah, you just got to do something cool.
Yeah, and we can do this, right? We can talk in front of a microphone for a little while.
I mean, sure, we're
So
still
we might as
throwing
well-
shit at the wall mostly, but it's starting to stick. So
Yeah, but we might as well talk to other people around town, promote their music while simultaneously promoting ours, because it's the intro song and the outro
It's
song.
great.
And,
Yeah, it'd be a good medium. Cincinnati is so under the radar anyway.
yeah.
It'd be really cool.
I wouldn't say it's so under the radar.
Well, in terms of music scene.
It's not like Omaha under the radar.
Yeah, well, fair enough.
But but yeah, sure. It's not. It's not Atlanta.
There's
It's not
a
LA.
lot of big bands coming out of Cincinnati. It's pretty rare usually.
Walk the Moon did sell out. They did a double sellout of Bogarts. Granted, they had to cancel one of the shows for unknown reasons, but
Walk the Moon is
when they came back, yeah.
one of those bands for sure. Really great for them.
There's another band. Blessed Union of Souls came out of Cincinnati. They were pretty big for a little while.
I know that name, but it's not coming to mind.
I think they're a transition year band, 90s to 2000s.
Gotcha.
I want to say it's around then. And the Revivalists too. They're from Cincinnati. They had that big hit. I can't fucking remember what it's called, But if you look up the Revivalists, their top song, it was like a giant pop song in like 2016, 2015, something like that. But don't play it out loud because YouTube will give us the kibosh.
Right. Yeah. Yep. Okay, later.
Wah, wah, wah. Oh, okay.
5 minutes until the camera dies again?
We
Okay.
have 5 minutes? Okay.
Well, I guess we're approaching the end. This was supposed to be pretty short.
Yeah. We gonna start to wrap this up. So, yeah, we have quite a different life ahead of us right now. Really, after I graduated in the spring, back in May, we really started to like do the band thing for real. Now that most, the majority of us are out of school, so we have more time to focus on things, and we have the skills equipped to play more gigs and travel more and do more things like that.
It's really weird.
So it's been sweet.
It's trippy, but it's really cool.
Yeah.
I like it.
Playing gigs every week, every 2 weeks, having double headers on weekends all the time now, and
Constantly doing media work. There's so much to be done all the time.
yeah, it is insurmountable.
But it's fun. It's okay.
It's a lot of fun. Yeah.
I don't mind spending all this time doing it.
Yeah, nothing motivates me quite like that.
Mhm.
Like the other day, we got up for that gig on Friday, and I was tired. Like I didn't sleep super well the night before, but it's still like the adrenaline and the excitement that leads to a show day is just so intense that I can't not have energy to fucking hike the subs up the basement steps and move all the shit that has to get moved out, and
Yeah.
having a 7-piece drum set is a burden, but it's awesome at the same time.
It's crazy how much work goes into it that nobody sees.
Yeah. Yeah, if you think about it,
They don't tell you about it when you're going to rockstar school when you're like 10 years old.
yeah, that 4-hour bar gig on Saturday was like a 9-hour day, start to finish, right? From
Yeah.
the time we left to the time we left home to the time we left the gig.
We left the
It was like
house
9
at
hours.
what, 4:30? Got
Something
home
like
at
that. Yeah, got home at like 3.
Yeah,
Yeah,
it's a long day.
so 11 hours, in fact.
Something like that.
Yeah. So yeah, it's crazy how all that goes.
Cheap bar tab though. It could have been worse.
Yeah. No, the bartenders were super great.
Mm-hmm.
Bar staff treated us fantastically. But the point is, I'm really excited to see where things go from here, right? Like we're playing more gigs, meeting more people, hopefully gathering a lifelong audience along the way. It seems to be the case. I mean, it seems that if people buy your merchandise, they're pretty much sold on your band. And that's really cool, because you get to, it's like, they separate themselves from from like people that really care about you and the people that are just there to shoot pool or drink beer or whatever.
Right.
It's just nice because it's like you get to meet the people that care, and that's really neat because a lot of people have really great things to say, whether it's constructive criticism or just raw compliments, or you know what I mean. Like at least we know I can go home knowing that night that the people that bought shirts definitely had a great time, and that's dope.
Feels pretty good.
Yeah. So, yeah, we have shows coming up. Actually, we're having a little bit of a break here in December. We'll pick up the craziness again, I think, in January is the plan. So we have a show in Lexington on the 29th.
November?
October 29th, we're going to be in Lexington,
right.
Kentucky.
Yeah.
I can't
Oh,
remember
yeah.
the
Shout
bar.
out to the Lexington fans, people, homies. Come out and see us on the 29th. Wear a Halloween costume, or you're
Yeah.
a turd.
Oh, we should wear Halloween costumes, speaking of which. Holy
Yeah,
shit.
oh,
Let's wear
done.
Kotsky robes.
Could do that.
Fuck yeah.
Just weeb it out.
Yes. Oh, my God, that'd be a great opportunity.
I've been thinking about buying a Tanjiro robe.
That'll be cool.
Yeah, might do that.
Okay.
Oh, I still need to get my ears pierced. Fuck, I keep
Yeah,
forgetting
yeah.
to do that.
Gotta get your ears pierced before that.
Yeah, I know.
Okay. All right,
3
we're running
minutes?
out of time. I think 30
Okay.
seconds.
Oh, 30 seconds. Does it tell
Yeah.
you on there? Oh. Oh, okay.
So,
that's
all
trippy.
right, we're going to head out of here. We got a show October 29th in Lexington. December 3rd, we'll be back at Beerkus Brewing in Ludlow, Kentucky. So that'll be great. We'll get tickets set up probably sometime in November. And, yeah, thank you all for listening. We'll see you next time.
Bye.
That's how it's done, bitch.